The Jets and Washington will battle for a better draft position this Sunday at MetLife Stadium. Let's preview that game right now. Well. Welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm WattsUK99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. And I'm coming to you not from the studio apartment in the wicker chair, but from a meeting room at a hotel in Tempe, Arizona. Going to be down here for a couple of days. I'm very excited to take a little break from life and from having to watch every single Jets game. But let's take a look at this game. So as far as Washington goes, they have lost 5 straight games and 7 of their last 8. Now, what everybody's talking about is the 32nd ranked offense with the Jets against the 32nd ranked defense in Washington. We're going to get into that, but let's look at the other matchup first. So when the Jets are on defense against the Washington offense, well, Washington ranks 16th in DVOA, so right in the middle of the pack, averaging 333 yards per game, also in the middle of the league, 20.1 points per game. That's 32nd in the NFL. Now at quarterback, the Washington will start Sam Howell. Now he's been their quarterback all year. He's shown some glimpses. He has 19 touchdowns, but 15 interceptions as well. He's been sacked 59 times, by far the most in the league. And we have seen some ability. 3 games of over 300 yards passing. He's run for 5 touchdowns. Now, last week against the Rams, Jacoby Brissett, the veteran, came in for him for part of the game. So there was a little bit of question about who would be starting at quarterback, but indeed it will be Sam Howell. All right. Now, as far as rushing goes, Washington's got a pretty good run game. They're 7th in yards per rush attempt with 4.5, and we know that opposing offenses love to run the ball against the Jets. However, Brianrobinson, the leading running back for Washington, is confirmed to be missing this Sunday's game with a hamstring injury. He has on the year 664 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. So without him, you're going to see a lot of Antoniogibson, who is, I think, kind of falling out of favor in Washington and around the NFL. Chris Rodriguez, a rookie, had 10 carries last week. I would expect a decent amount of C-Rod, I guess we'll call him. But at wide receiver, you've got terrymclaurin, 66 catches on 112 targets for 835 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's getting a lot of yards, but his catch percentage is not all that high. He and Howell have just not had the best connection this year. After McLaurin, you have Curtis-Samuel, you have Jahan Dotson. They're both having pretty good seasons, but Dotson in particular, a first-round pick 2 seasons ago, he just doesn't get targeted all that much. It's kind of like Ty Conklin with the Jets. You see some capability. He just doesn't get a whole lot of attention from the quarterback. And Jamison Crowder, our old friend, he's still there. He has not had a catch in actually over a month, not since November 19th. And at tight end, you've got Loganthomas, 431 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. With the offensive line, it's just not that good. Charlesleno at left tackle, he has not practiced this week with a calf injury. At left guard, you've got Chris Paul, not the NBA point guard. You've got Sam Cosmi at right guard. Washington would really rather run they would rather run than pass. Washington really wants to pass more than they want to run. And with Eric Bieniemy an offensive coordinator, it kind of makes sense. When you had Patrick Mahomes, you'd like to think that, you can coach that style of offense with, a little bit lesser degree of talent, and it just hasn't worked out all that well. I think this is an offense that is very suited for the Jets defense. When the Jets are playing a team with a record below 500, they're allowing 16.2 points per game and 242 yards. That's pretty good. All right, so now let's do what we always do. Let's flip the script. When the Jets are on offense against the Washington defense, well, the Washington D is 29th in DVOA, allowing 384 yards per game, allowing 6 yards per play, 30 points per game, allowing an average opponent passer rating of 106.8. The defense as a whole has allowed 43 touchdowns. All of these marks, by the way, are the worst in the NFL. They traded Montez Sweat. They traded Chase Young, their top 2 edge rushers at the deadline, and it's only demoralized that defense. Okay, before that trade happened, before those trades happened, before Young was sent to San Francisco and Sweat to Chicago, their sack percentage was 8.36%. That's 10th best in the league. So Washington was pretty good at getting to the quarterback. In their last 3 games, that sack percentage is down to 3.23. That's 30th in the NFL. Okay, now Jonathanallen and Daronpayne, a very good 1-2 combination at defensive tackle. Allen has 10 tackles for a loss and 5.5 sacks. Payne with 4 sacks and 12 set tackles for a loss. But their secondary has just not been good. Very prone to allowing big plays. Their corners are Kendall Fuller and benjaminstjuste. Their leading tackle is a safety, Cameron Curl, with 102. It's never a good sign when one of your safeties is your leading tackler. Now, Trevor Siemian will be in a quarterback for the Jets. Even if it is Siemian and he doesn't have the arm talent of Zach Wilson, you still need to test that secondary. I want to see Xavier Gibson running down the field, taking some shots, and I just beg Nathaniel Hackett, if you're going to run the ball, please limit the straight-up runs right up the middle against those defensive tackles, because it's just not going to work. Okay, a couple other notes. In the last 3 games, the Jets are taking a league-high 8.7 penalties per game. Washington is second best at just 3.3 penalties per game. All right, so this is one of those games where the Jets, if they don't beat themselves, they should be in good shape. And as far as kicker goes, Washington has Joeyslye. He has made just 17 of 22 field goals and only 26 for 29 on extra points. Not very good special teams. And these 2 teams are actually tied for the worst turnover differential in the NFL with -9. Wow. It's almost a game like who's going to be the least terrible team on Sunday. All right. So let's talk quickly a couple of notes for the Virginia Jets fans. 1 o'clock Sunday at AJ Gators. We will have a special raffle on Christmas Eve. It will be a Joe Klecko mint coin. If you show up, you will get a free raffle ticket. Good luck to everybody going for that. And I want to send a special thanks to everybody who has shown up for a game. I especially want to thank all of our officers, Tim, Tom, Ray, Barb, Art, all you guys. Thank you guys so much for all you do for the club. And we've got 2 more games after this, and I think we're going to have a pretty exciting off season as well. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and well, I won't see you when I'm back in the wicker chair because I still got more content to record. But thanks so much for watching, everybody.